We are back at it with some more MX Sim, and we're on the brand new Philadelphia Supercross track. And I got a special guest with you. Okay, I almost crashed 5 feet out of the Stargate. But we got a special guest with us today. Shout out to the boy Gas Productions. If you guys don't know who this is, he makes some of the best freaking motocross IRL content, like edits, I've ever seen in my life, dude.
Run it up, Blondo. Run it up, Blondo.
Niggas, please don't buzz. Cause I might fucking kill them if they push.
I will make sure to have everything linked in the description below. But we decided to hop on some sim, and he just absolutely ran into the tough block on that corner right there.
I was trying to hold it with you, but it's not crap.
But yeah, we decided to hop on some sim similar to what we did last week and just kind of kick. Oh my gosh, I literally just screwed up that triple. But yeah, just kick it, have some fun, talk, chit chat, and kind of just vibe, you know. Before I get too far into this, I probably should like have you introduce yourself. I just wanted to get right into it, but introduce yourself to the channel, what you kind of do for the moto scene, and what you're kind of doing right now.
Well, what's up, guys? I'm Gas Productions, or my real name's Griffin, but
Shout out to Griff.
everyone just calls me Gas, and I'm a professional cinematographer in the motocross industry. I mean, just in general, I don't only do motocross, but that's like my main clientele is action sports, motocross, rally cars, stuff like that. And I'm an amateur sim racer. That's not very good.
Is there any, I don't know if you can say this, but are you working on any projects currently?
So yeah, I'm actually doing my first 3D animation project for a big company that released or that helped produce some cool stuff like the airless basketball by Wilson.
Okay.
We're doing some like pretty big crazy stuff and like some big clientele, which is going to be sick. Something that I've never done before, filmed and created 3D animations around it. So it should be a cool project.
That is very exciting.
What's actually pretty funny, today kind of worked out. I actually just picked up our new merch for All Fun that should be dropping hopefully next weekend or in 2 weeks.
Okay.
And there's a big collab coming with it. There's a collab on a certain product that we're doing that I think a lot of people are going to be hyped at, and just the designs in general are pretty insane.
Okay.
And I think it's some of our best clothes we've dropped so far, and it should be pretty cool. And
yeah, I've always
excited about
like
it.
from all the Instagram posts that you've posted, like that I've seen, I should say. I've always thought the merch was fire, like literally.
And yeah,
I definitely got to pick some.
With all of our, yeah, for sure. Our merch goes with all of our, I mean, I should have probably said this first, but I do all Austin Faulkner's vlogs, the All Fun Instagram channel, or Instagram and the YouTube channel. We try to do weekly vlogs. Sometimes we are not as consistent because we get busy with live stuff, but we do that, and we sell merch with it, and kind of try to create fun content for you guys behind the pro rider's life. And it's pretty cool because me and Austin have became really close over the few years, and it's like pretty much just shows that like these pro racer guys, a lot of them are just normal people, and like they're not dicks. They're super cool. They're fun to be around and show that they actually have a personality, because a lot of people don't show that in the supercross, motocross world. And yeah, if you guys want to check it out, it'll be cool. And the new merch is going to be fire, and I'm telling you, the collab, I think it's going to hopefully break the internet.
Bro, I'm excited now that you said that, dude. Like, I can't wait to even see what's in store.
Let's just think, I've had this clothing design for 2 years, and like it was actually one of the first designs I've dropped before. Like I think we've had like 4 or 5 drops by now.
Okay.
And this one, it was going to be our first merch drop, but I was like, dude, I was really adamant about, like, Austin's pretty like on it about like, let's just drop stuff, and it's like that stuff's cool, and like we figured out how to do that because our clothes we like to produce pretty like high quality, more streetwear, high end, heavy weighted stuff, and
yeah.
But we've been doing like the more merchy, I guess you could say, with his name and number, and like doing that shit at a like a lower quality where like we have time to drop stuff in between these bigger drops that, like I said, doing collaborations or just like doing like a sick video behind them. Like if you saw that Hope video we did, like we did that, and it took us like 2 weeks to film and all that stuff, and like waiting on that, I feel like it really does help and give people cool content. And so I decided to sit on this drop and wait for the time is right, and then built some connections with some cool companies, and they were down about it. They were really hyped on the designs I created. And then yeah, so it was kind of worked out in the timing. Like we've been like working on dropping this stuff for like we're like, oh, should we drop it now or now? And now it's finally coming to fruition, and I'm really excited about it.
Yeah, I think the for like merch drop, I think it's so smart to have like I would say like drops where it's like casual drops, right? And then like specific drops, you know.
Yeah. And that's what really we've been trying to break through, is doing more of a like consistent dropping style of like not that it's shitty quality, but lower quality than our high end stuff. That it's a little more expensive, but the quality is just that much better. And people,
Yeah.
I think people really enjoy having the option to have both. Like if you're a young kid that's 16 and you have your first job and you can't afford a $70 hoodie or so, we do have options that are a little cheaper, and they're still cool designs. It's just you're just not gonna get that same quality as our higher end stuff, but
Yeah.
I think they really like having that option.
No, I think that's spot on too, and I feel like it's sometimes even with like content creators, it's kind of hard to separate from like saying like a brand and then like your own name is brand, you know. And so
Yeah, for
like
sure.
so like for example like professional like Austin stuff, right? So like you'll have Austin's gear, right? But then you'll also have like all fun stuff, which is by Austin, but then you'll have like his, you know what I mean? Like it's like two separate things. And I think that's where it's like, I think that down the road is just going to help tremendously, because for example, Austin's going to end his career at one point, you know?
Yeah.
And so now he can fall back on All Fun, which is his main brand. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think that's like so sick. That's how I kind of like wanted to do mine. Like I didn't want it to, because like I dropped some stuff, but it's like it's my name, but I'm trying to treat it as like a brand and not just video games, if that makes sense.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and like that was like when I came up, and it's funny because I'll do a little backstory to like how me and Austin got together and started filming. I was at one point I like just moved down here. I was living in a little bit above LA, and like wasn't really part of the dirt bike scene rode my whole life, but I was just a trail rider, go out and like weekend warrior type shit. And then when I started filming and getting more into the industry and meeting the right people, I ended up living with Caleb Tennant at one point. And when I first moved down here, I think it was right when COVID happened, but we moved down here and just became friends with people. And then his wife was living with Caleb and his girlfriend at the time, and then me, and we had another roommate. And then she was like, "Oh, like, you should meet my boyfriend. He's Austin Faulkner, blah, blah, blah." And I was like, "Yeah, I'm down." And he would come down to California for like 2 weeks at a time to test with Cowie and stuff. And we never ever just like were filming together. And she was always trying to push us to film. And then finally, he ended up having to move out here, part of his contract, and he's like, "Hey, you want to move in with us?" And I said, "Yeah." I was looking for like a bigger room. I needed more space to do my work.
Mm-hmm.
And then we decided to film. And then we just like became homies and started making videos. And then I came up with the brand idea. I kind of just like the first video we ever shot was I think after 2 or 3 months living together. Oh, just fell. And then I was like, we filmed our first video, and I was like, I'm not really expecting anything, and I was like, dude, this video is insane. Like,
Yeah.
we gotta keep doing this. And I stayed up all night till like, I told you I'm a night owl. I think I stayed up till like 4 in that night.
Sheesh.
Editing, and like the amount of shit I got done that night was pretty mental. I was like on some crackhead energy or something. I edited the whole first vlog. I was able to contact my artists that I work with, create a whole logo, create a whole brand idea to pitch to Austin. I was scared. I was like, I mean, we were still fresh in a friendship here, so I didn't know, and like I didn't want to just come across as like trying to make money off of him,
Yeah.
or like, you know, like I didn't want to like freak him out and be like, "Oh, like what the hell, this kid's trying to do all this shit," and like whatever. And so I was like, you know what, screw it. You miss 100% of the chances you don't take. So I was like, whatever. So I grinded all night, and he woke up at like I think 6:30 or 7 in the morning, and I set my alarm to wake up. First thing he does, he walks down here making breakfast, and I was like, "Bro, you don't understand what just happened last night." And he was like, "What do you mean?" I was like, "Dude, the edit is insane. we need to start a YouTube channel and do this shit. And so I showed him the video. He was like, holy shit. And then I put the logos in the video. Didn't even tell him I made logos and shit. And he was like, bro, like, there's logos and stuff made. And I was like, dude, I have our first drop design already. And he was like, dude, that's like, I thought he would be weirded out, but he was like, holy shit, like, this could be a real thing. And I was like, yeah, dude, like, let's do it. Let's start grinding it. And then from there, we just kind of took off with it. And our end goal with the brand is, like you said, is like to be something bigger than just moto. We want something where when Austin retires, you're like, I mean, I'm always gonna be a filmer, and like whether I stop and decide to like take a bigger role at a company or whatever, like we've always decided we were like, dude, we want this to be something big that we could either make a full-time clothing brand where we live off of, or whether we build the company up and sell it to a company that makes like clothes. Like if we wanted to start selling stuff in Tilly's, or I just died.
I landed it.
Yeah, so like our end goal is to have something that's past moto, and it's like it's related, and we built it off of moto. But if you look at a lot of our designs, it's not moto based. It's more based off of like the artistic side of like LA streetwear, and like the like more fashionable side of like really oversized garments, and like trying to bring in a new fashion into moto, which a lot of the pros wear, and like giving people access to that kind of style that the pros are into, and like the baggy stuff. Like if you go and see all like the walk-in pictures every weekend, everybody's wearing big graphic tees with baggy pants, baggy shirts, sick like trucker hats. Like we try to bring that style and make it available for everyone in the community, and like a lot of the younger kids are about it, a lot of the older people aren't, and that's why we kind of push to make that like more merchy side of like, we call it our racewear drops, and like where it's more Austin Faulkner based and supporting him directly and not supporting the whole brand, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, it still is, but it's more based on like supporting Austin as a person himself rather than the brand. But
no, I totally get that, dude. That's how like I feel like doing that way is only going to make it be more successful down the road. Like what you were saying, and like what we were kind of mentioning, like it's past moto. Like, you know what I mean? It's way past moto. You want streetwear. All fun is, from my POV and just like looking at the clothing brand, like you can almost say it's not even close to moto. You know what I mean? Like some of the designs, you know?
Yeah. And
like,
that's what I try to do. It's just like, yeah, we're big moto people. Moto is part of our lives in a big way. But dude, all these pro riders like shit that people don't even expect. Like, yeah. And stuff like that. And like, that's the clothing Austin and I both like wearing. Like, if you see me at the track, people used to make fun of me for it. Like, I'll be wearing baggy ass, and like I grew up in LA, so I grew up in that kind of fashion sense of wearing super baggy clothes, like big graphic tees and like cargo pants and stuff like that. I've always dressed like that. I always dress more the skater, like baggy style. Yeah, like dude, I'll go to the track now wearing like baggy corduroy pants and like my jewelry that I like to wear. And like when I first started filming, people were like, dude, like you're out here wearing the freaking Gucci ring and like these like $150 pants or whatever, and it's just like that was just me being me. And it like, and now you look at it now, I mean, I don't get made fun of it anymore because that's what everyone's wearing, like all the style and clothing that you see the pros wear, and like just people starting to wear in general is like that style. And it's funny because like I did it before, not saying I did it before everybody else, but like in moto it wasn't really a thing. Everyone wore like their t-shirts with their running shorts, or like they're like wearing just like pretty clean basic stuff. And now everyone's starting to show a little bit more personality, which that's why I try to do through clothes and make it available for everyone in the industry, and not just moto, just general fans in the world.
Yeah, I think that's only going to be beneficial down the road. I mean, seriously, I think it's so smart.
Yeah,
I cannot wait to see what the collab is, bro. That sounds so sick.
Maybe I'll give you a little preview after we're done recording.
Yeah, you got to.
Oh, wild. Fuck wild.
Bro, I'm so bad in the whoops in this game, bro. I probably should ask some of the most important questions of them all. How did you get into like filming? Like, what was like your motivation for all of that?
So it's a funny story starts. Like we were talking earlier how I was always a kid that went and built BMX jumps and ride dirt bikes. Like I grew up riding a bunch of trails and stuff, but So like during the summer, one summer specifically, we were all like really getting into BMXing. We were starting to learn how to do like foot jam tail whips and like little tricks here and there that, I mean, we were 13, 14 or whatever, and we were just trying to do stupid shit. But we were trying tricks. I ended up breaking both of my wrists longboarding, which was
Damn.
like another hobby we did. And so I broke both my wrists, and I was kind of bumming, and I was like, damn, like all my friends, they were progressing pretty fast, and I wasn't because I was broke off and stuff like that. And then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna bring a camera with us when we go BMXing. Like, I could still ride a bike, like just with cast, but I can't like do all the crazy jumps. I was like, I'm gonna take my mom's camera and go take photos of my friends. You know, this is like Instagram just came out, and like we were all about like posting stupid shit we did.
Mm-hmm.
And
I
so I
remember
kind
those
of,
days.
yeah, it was like where Instagram, like there was no such thing as influencers. It was just kind of everyone just like
Did whatever,
posted
you know.
about, hey, I got an A+ on my test, or
Yeah, for real,
I
bro.
got I got best goalkeeper in soccer, and like
Yeah.
stupid shit like that, where it wasn't how it is now, where it's more produced and people's social status and all that bull crap. But I started picking up camera because I was not, like hurt and not very good, and all my friends were getting places, and I was like, you know what, I'll just take photos of them. And this one time, I didn't bring my mom's camera. This little kid brought his mom's camera, and he was kind of like struggling taking photos. And I mean, my friends, we've always talked shit to each other, so I was like, dude, like just messing around. I was like, dude, come on, like you're struggling. It was like sunset. He's like, dude, I can't get the good shot because of the sun. And I'm like, dude, this is golden hour. This is like the perfect time to take a photo. And he was like, well, then you take it. So I took his mom's camera. I told our buddy that was the best like bike rider at the time in our group, and I said, hey, hit this jump. I'll get a good photo of you. Don't worry. Like this he doesn't know what he's doing. Kind of just talking friendly shit.
Yeah.
And I've never like really took seriously good photos. And then this the right time, right place, the right way the homie hit the jump, and the sun like was perfect, and I hit it and hit the shutter and got it, and I took a photo. And then all my friends, obviously, after a sick trick or like a big jump, everyone wants to see what it looked like on camera. So we all rushed over. I was hooting and hollering, screaming, like hyped that I got this photo because I saw it first. It was sick.
Yeah.
And all my friends huddle around me, and they're like, "Holy crap, that's insane!" And you guys gotta think, at the time I'm 13, like it's not that good of a photo. It's pretty bad when you go and look at it, but we looked at it and we were like, everyone was like, "Oh shit, dude! Like that's sick. You should like come take photos every time." So I started doing it, and that's like I was like a lot of people don't know this, but I was a photographer before I was a video guy.
That's crazy.
And would just take photos, go out to my local tracks, because we had started at this point. Me, my dad, and my older brother, we started wanting to try the tracks, like, and really got into Supercross. And like I didn't go to my first Supercross till I was like 14 or something. Like I haven't really been around the sport since I was like I rode since I was little, but like actually following the sport,
Yeah.
I since I was like 13, 14, like where a lot of these kids are born into it.
Oh,
Their
yeah,
parents watch it. Like my dad, he always like was into racing, but he never really like we never really watched it that much. But then we started watching it, and we started hitting tracks, and I took my camera to the tracks and started filming dirt bikes. Met up with this group of kids out of Simi Valley, which is not too far from my house at the time, and we just started hanging out, taking sick photos. And these guys were getting into like their amateur pro times and stuff like that, and kind of just went from there and kind of ran with it, and led me to where I am today, which I'm very fortunate to all those people that I grew up filming that really helped me not even just build my career, but just push the limits of thinking of what I was able to do. And like I always still nowadays I get scared of like certain projects we're doing, or like I'm saying, like the 3D animation stuff. I've never done anything like that, and I'm nervous, but my friends that I surround myself with really push me to be like, hey, you got this, dude. You're a bad motherfucker on the camera. Like, don't worry about it. Like,
Yeah.
you're stressing yourself out. And it's like, it's cool to surround yourself with those kind of people that really want to push your limits. And it's crazy. A lot of the kids that I grew up filming don't race anymore. They have real jobs. They work as a roofer or as like an insurance agent. Like, and they still see me kicking and doing it, and they're like, dude, I'm proud of you. It's crazy that like never would I thought of like you would go farther in filming than I did riding or whatever. And it's like it's crazy, and it's like it sucks 'cause they were really good talents in riding on a bike, but they always hit me up and like, dude, like it's cool seeing you do that, and like they've been there from the start, and it's cool that like they still appreciate it, and they're like stoked for me and what I've made for myself.
Yeah, that's pretty freaking sick. What was like your first ever film for motocross? Do you remember that?
My first ever film,
Or
dude, I
like
don't
edit
even...
or anything?
Okay, so my first edit ever, I think, of dirt bikes, it was I want to say it was of my buddy Casey, but I can't remember exactly. But this is still like one of the early edits. I think I dropped it and like because I did photography for a few years before I even decided to touch video. I think it was in like 2015 or 16. My buddy was like, dude, like come film my race out at Cal City,
Okay.
or was it? I don't know. It was like somewhere out in the desert, and I was like, okay, like I'll try it. And it's funny, it ended up being like him, and then like Ryder D, like D Francisco. He was like, he had his long hair flowing, and he was on his little 65, and I was like, oh, like, and I didn't even, and this, mind you, I walked into this not even knowing who the fuck he was, and not even knowing the amateur scene or any of the guys in it. And my buddy was like, hey, film this guy, like, he's good, like, and if you send it to him, he'll probably post it, and he'll be hyped on it.
That's
So
sick.
I filmed my buddy is sick at it, whatever. And then I filmed Ryder D one too and sent it to him. And mind you, he's freaking probably 12 something at a time. Like he doesn't know, like, not saying he doesn't know what sick is, but like, you know, you're a young kid. He's and being on that level, he's just focusing on riding and building his own career, which is pretty crazy to fucking think about. A 12-year-old worried about his career, but
Yeah.
and then I sent it to him, and like my buddy was like, "Yeah, send it to him." And he I think he posted it, and like I was like, "Oh, that's sick!" Like, and it got a decent amount of views and stuff, and I was like, "Man, this is crazy. I'm gonna keep doing this." And kind of just like that was probably my first edit. I think
That's
was my buddy Casey, and happened to have Ryder D in this not the same class, but the same like race, and I didn't even know who he was. Kind of
That's actually so insane that your first ever was Ryder D, dude. And what's even more crazy is like he's still kicking it today, you know?
yeah.
And like that's a wild. What's crazy to me too is like you've done so many edits for so many different cool people too. Like I remember your Joe one that you just did recently, your Patrick Evans one that you done recently. Like it's so crazy to see those edits and be like, dude, like I actually know you, you know, like I know,
Yeah.
like I've talked to you before, and it's just like I never would have thought, like I would say like the community that I have built, I guess you would say, or like the where I've gone from making videos and making TikToks has led me to this opportunity of talking with Kalana and you, and like I even had like I've had Aaron Plessinger like some of my stuff on TikTok. Chase is liking my stuff on TikTok, you know, like
Yeah.
it's just crazy to think about like where I've started and where like we're at now, and just like I don't plan on stopping either. Like as much hate as I get, like it doesn't mean nothing, because I feel like I still have a lot more room to grow and be better at what I want to do, that like I don't want to stop, you know. I want to see where it could take me.
Exactly. That's funny. I forgot to mention earlier, but like another person I watched grow up is Kalana. I've known Kalana since he first came to America. Like I've met him out at AZ Open actually.
That's crazy.
Met him and his dad was looking for a filmer to film for the weekend, and I was working for AZ Open at the time, and he was like, "Hey, like, do you care if you film my kid and like send me an edit?" And I was like, "Yeah, for sure." And Kalana was, dude, he was still on a 65, and like now I literally, he's like a little brother to me, and like I don't talk to him as much as I used to, but every time I see him, he's happy to see me. I'm happy to see him, and like, to see where he's gone from having no support to having support from TLD, from One Industries, from Red Bull. Like,
Dude,
never
it's
what I
crazy.
thought. And it's like, dude, I've seen this kid was a little kid. Like when I would like, not even joking, I traveled with Kalana millions of places. We've logged so many miles in a car together, filming these projects for him, or just filming and writing and hanging out, and like it's crazy, man. The stuff that like just making a single video can take you, it's pretty insane. Like you said, just making videos, like the people you got to meet, the people you become friends with, and like just being out there, it's like it's cool.
It's so wild. Like I never, like, obviously, like when you make videos and stuff, and like the niche that we're in, I feel like a lot of people is eventually going to see it no matter who you are, right?
Yeah.
But it's different from just them seeing it and them interacting, you know? Like, having him reach out to me and be like, yo, we should play sim together, or having you reach out to me like, hey man, let's play some sim together. Like, it means a lot that people are like want to actually interact with myself, you know what I mean? Like, it means a lot coming from other people in the industry that like just like knows different things, that want to like be a participant of like what I'm doing, you know?
Oh, for sure. And
I think it's so
crazy.
sick.
It is sick, and that's like when I was first making edits, like I was just like filming my friends, you know. I wasn't filming anyone really that big, and like if I happened to see a pro at a track, whatever, like maybe I would grab a clip or two or something. But I never really like when I first got those DMs of like Justin Cooper or Anderson or whoever or Fortner being like, hey, I want you to come film me.
Yeah.
Like the fact that like I was like, oh shit, like it's like I must be like doing good enough for a pro to want me to film them and like work for them and stuff like that. And it's just wild. It's pretty wild. I don't know. I'm thankful for it. And
oh, for sure, same, dude. It's like super grateful, super blessed to be even in a position where like everything is happening, you know? It's like a snowball effect, like, and just everything all happening throughout like the last few months. It's just pretty exciting, honestly.
Yeah, and I think it's all about putting yourself out there. Like a lot of the pros I've met and became friends with is just because like I went to Paula and saw them out there, and man, I trust me, I'm a nervous wreck sometimes. Like I don't really get starstruck, but when you're young and you're going up to like example, I went up to the first time I met Christian Craig and the Craig family in general. I was at Paula one time and he was on Geico Honda, and I saw him there, and I was like, my buddy's like, dude, you got to go up and talk to him. And I'm like, no fucking way I'm going out there and talking to him. And he's like, dude, just go up there, meet him, shake his hand, tell him you're going to make him a sick edit, and do it. And I finally built up the courage. I went over there, all shaky, clammy hands probably. I went up, I said, hey, Christian, I'm a filmer in SoCal. I filmed you today. I want to make a sick edit. And if you are cool with it, like, give me your email, your phone number, and I'll send it over to you. And I was like, not even expecting him to give me anything.
Yeah.
I was waiting for hey, hit me on Instagram. He's like, oh yeah, dude, here's my number. I'm like, and I come back to my buddy's truck, and he's like, so how'd it go? He's like, you look like you were scared as shit. I said, it went good. They're like, how good? I was like, dude, he gave me his number. And then they're like, oh no fucking way he gave you his number. They're like, call him right now. I was like, I'm not calling him right now. He isn't trolling. And then yeah, it's like I was able, after that, I was almost fearless. I was like, fuck yeah, I'm gonna go up to any pro and just go, hey, this is me, this is what I do, this is my product, you like it, you cool, if you don't, no worries. And so I started going up to everybody in the mother, not caring what they were gonna think of me, whether they're like, oh, this kid's a nerd, he's a super fan, whatever. And I just went up and did me, was myself, and made a product that eventually everyone started liking. And just putting yourself out there like you do with your videos, it's hard. It's not easy to sit there and talk in front of a camera.
Oh, dude.
Put yourself out there.
I made a video yesterday, or I guess 2 days ago, for the track release that I posted. It took me 4 hours to do that video. I'm not even gonna lie. Just sitting in the camera, messing up constantly. Like, it's hard. Sometimes it's easier than other days, but like most of the time, dude, like I'm not good with like talking in front of people. And so when I get in front of a camera, it's like the same thing almost to me. Like I'm really good at just like talking with, like, say with you, like I can banter back and forth with people, but like I'm sitting there by myself just looking at a camera, I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing, you know?
It's so nerve-wracking. Like, I've tried vlogging myself. I've done the streamer thing. It's not easy. No. It's hard.
To be honest, like I'm excited to see the future edits and the future projects that you're working on. Like I feel like they've only gotten better and better and better too. So it's like every time I see one that comes out, I just know it's going to be a banger, you know. It's
And it's
so
hard,
sick.
like keeping that, keeping like, I mean, it sucks to say, but making sure you're on that higher end of social media, keeping people interacted with your content, and trying to be that guy that creates something new, never seen before. Like, it's hard. Like, I've struggled with that a lot, and like the last few years, I was in a big rut where I was like comfortable. I knew how to make a sick edit with the most like basic shots that I've became like easy to me. I was just putting out content because it was easy, not because I wanted to learn something or create something new and exciting. I was just making edits just to pump them out.
Yeah.
And then I kind of took a break from that, and I was like, I really need to reevaluate myself and kind of up my game myself. And that's when I like the other like when I dropped that Anderson edit with doing the like himself spinning around himself. Like I dude, it literally took me 6 hours to work that first 5 second intro clip.
That's
And I was
crazy.
like, and like it shows like I put that time in, and dude, it blew up. It got like 200 and something thousand views, and it's like, yeah, it helps because it was Anderson, but it was just like
But like,
showing
I
people
feel
where
like a
it's going.
lot of the times the clips and like when you post it on TikTok too, it's not just gonna be MX people. You know, everybody's gonna be seeing different stuff. You know.
Yeah,
So I think just putting yourself out there too. It's hard. It's very, very hard. You don't want the backlash. You don't want the hate, criticism.
yeah.
But like sometimes getting that criticism makes you better, you know?
Oh yeah, like that's how I am. Like when I film any pro guy or and just anyone in general, I say, hey, dude, if you really are not happy, let me know. I'm not taking it personal. I want that constructive criticism. Even the stuff I get hate on social media for or whatever. Like, I still take that and I'm like, okay, let me try to make this person happy. And like, it's not, I guess, not really making them happy, but it's like looking at myself from their eyes and see what they see, and like, it helps you improve sometimes. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, that's what for me it's like I'm always looking for something that I can be improved on, like for my videos. It's like what can
Yeah.
I improve on? Like what's people watching, what are people are not watching, you know, how can I make my stuff better? And I'm always open to all feedback, you know.
Yeah.
Because I feel like it's only going to make you better down the road. Like
Oh,
you
100%.
you can't really worry about it today. You can only do what you can do today. But like,
Yeah.
but focus on whatever you learn and make it better for next day and the next day and the next day. And by the time 3-4 years goes by, you're on top of your game. You know exactly what to do, what makes a good video, what doesn't make a good video, and stuff like that. And so,
Yeah, and then sometimes you get too comfortable doing that, and it falls off.
yep.
And I've experienced that. Like at one point, it was insane the amount of DMs I would get to make videos. Like it was insane. Like every kid in the dirt bike industry and even pros were like, I want Gas to film my video. Like I only want him. I'm at Loretta's. I have 30 kids hit me up to film, and I'm like I was like, I mean, it sounds horrible to say, but like people wanted to say they had an edit by Gas, and it was pretty insane to think that, and like it's wild. And then I fell off. Like I wasn't getting people wanting edits. I wasn't like getting the interaction that I was used to. Like before there was even Instagram Reels or anything, there's a 30 seconds like 16:9 edits. I was getting 80,000, 90,000 views before Reels and like
Yeah.
the whole TikTok wave of things were like a thing. And then when Reels and stuff started coming out and the different algorithms and people wanting different content, I fell off and I wasn't getting interactions. I lost followers. I remember I think I was like at one point I was almost at like 27,000 followers. I dropped off to like 24,000 in like 3 months
That's crazy.
because I wasn't doing the new content wave, and like it's crazy. That's just insane.
Yeah. Content is so, it's also like, for me too, it's almost like a mind fuck too, because if say like for you, like say like your grind for all those months, everything just like was going so well, then it just fall off. You're gonna have like days where you're just like kind of depressed about it, you know?
Oh, it was mentally
Mentally
it was
stressful.
hard.
It's just so
Yeah.
so difficult to get through those days, you know? Like I just had one a couple days ago, you know? It's just like my stuff doesn't look like it's working. Views are down a little bit, numbers are down a little bit. But then I realized like, hey man, I'm just making this for fun. Like it's not
Yeah.
necessarily my job, right? Like I have a full-time job, right? So I'm doing this for fun. Just take a step back and see what's working, and then just perfect your craft from there, and it will work out, you know. Sometimes the content is so mentally draining, reading comments and freaking trying to do it every single day and making sure you post like the best things you can possibly do. But at the end of the day, you can only do what you can do, you know. You can't force yourself to do anything you can't do.
Yeah, and that's what's crazy. Like when I started blowing up, you could say, on social media and like getting that attention and people wanting edits by me, like I was on such a high. I was like, fuck yeah, I made it. I'm set. Like I have a big following now. I'll be able to make this a job. I'll be able to make a bunch of money. And then the second I moved out here, things changed. Like my engagement fell off. Like I wasn't as like desired as a filmer, and like at that point I moved out of my parents' house and I was taking that leap and it didn't work out right away, and it freaked me out. I was scared. I was worried. I was like, shit, maybe I'm not as good as I thought I was, because all this stuff got to my head because I was getting followers or like pros hitting me up for edits, and like it's scary. But then like that's like you said, you just got to reset yourself and know that hey, I do this, it's fun. Yeah, maybe it's a job for me, but at the end of the day I do this because I love it and I want to have fun with it.
Yeah, exactly. And like I feel like I'm an overthinker, hands down.
Oh, totally, me too.
Bro, I overthink every single thing about all of my content. You can ask all of my friends, dude. They're always just like, Josh, stop overthinking, bro. Just post it. Stop overthinking. You're gonna be fine. You're getting into a routine of overthinking everything. And I feel like that's where I was last week, and I was just like, dude, what is going on? Nothing is working. I'm overthinking everything. Instead of just like what you said, just have fun with it. Don't stress it, and it will work out, you know. That's like the hardest thing too. It's like you have to almost overthink, though, it feels like sometimes. But the best part about it is just like having a friends group, just like that helps you out regardless, you know. Which I think is very beneficial. And like I'm very grateful with my friends that are just like, hey Josh, like stop it, like don't overthink it, you know. Or like say with your content, or like like you're filming with Austin and stuff, it's like Austin will give you some pointers, be like, okay, let's do this, let's do that, instead of you thinking like, oh my god, what is he gonna think, you know. He's just gonna give you straight up. I think that helps a lot, to be honest.
Oh, it does. The people that you surround yourself really help you in life and just push you to be better. And they like when they generally care about you and they try to say, hey, you're overthinking it, it's sick, keep doing it, it's just a bad week, it's cool, it's good to have those people, and like all that stuff, it really helps out. For
real, dude, for real. I feel like without like that core group, you're probably just gonna stress yourself out to like a point where no return, you know. So I'm very grateful for my friends group. I'm very grateful that I have people that I can just like go to. Like shout out to the boy Doc, who's been we've been having a lot of different conversations about content, just like going back and forth brainstorming, you know. Yeah, and that helps a lot too.
Oh yeah, that's the guy you guys always challenge each other to do the big gaps and stuff, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, so, that shit's funny.
Oh crap! I just cross jumped into another lane. But yeah, like I feel like talking to him, it helps me calm down like my ideas. Like he's like, nah, that's not a good idea. Or I show him a thumbnail. He's like, nah, do this, and it just helps, you know. So yeah. Surrounding yourself with people that are just like that fucks with you is just so much better than trying to almost do it by yourself constantly, you know.
Yeah. Dude, speaking of pros that play Sim, Jalik Soul is in here.
Is that actually Jalik?
Yeah, so he's my dog. He games. He's a big Call of Duty guy too, and Sim. He stayed at my house and we built him like a little ghetto gaming setup so he could play. And he earlier in the moto, he came over and punted me, started bar humping me and shit. It was pretty funny. And then I did it back to him. But he's actually cracked at the game. Like he's pro, I'm pretty sure, in Sim and in real life.
I mean, it's kind of crazy. Like I feel like we can do videos that with pros that play this game eventually, you know, like maybe not right this second or anything, but like maybe they see the content with me and you post, you know, and they want to jump on it, you know, and just have fun with it. Because like all we're doing is vibing, you know, we're not doing anything crazy, we're just vibing, racing, you know. I think it's
sucking ass at Sim.
Dude, I've crashed like every lap. I'm not gonna cap. Dude,
I've been so bad. My last lap time was a 2 minute. But it's like, I don't know, we're having good conversation. I just
that's literally
not my lap time.
Yeah, literally, like it's all about, I think, interacting. Like I don't know how well the video is gonna do, right? But at the end of the day, like I enjoyed myself playing this, like playing sim and talking and just vibing, listening to stories and different perspective. And I feel like this could potentially lead into like more interactions, say with hypothetically, right, Jalik or anybody else, you know, like I think it would be so sick to do that. Probably be starstruck, be like, I don't know what I'm saying, but still, I think it'd be
chilling.
But yeah, if you guys want to see more like videos on sim, even bikes too, like if you guys want to see more of just us interacting, hanging out, vibing, it's more of like a podcast type of feel, you know, just hanging out, talking back and forth. Let us know in the comments, man. I would love to do more of this. I love interacting with people. I love talking with people, just chit-chatting. I really love doing that. I love hearing stories. And I'm very grateful, very grateful that Gas wanted to do this with me. So big shout out to the boy Gas.
Oh, dude, I'm honored. I was hyped when you hit me. I've been waiting to game with you for a minute. We've been talking for, I think, almost 2 years of like, hey, we got a game together. We got a game together. And it just hasn't worked out time-wise. But finally sit down and kick it. And like, I mean, people don't know, this is our first time actually talking, hearing each other's voices. And it's like,
yeah, for real.
It's just chill. It's cool vibes and just having fun.
Yep. And yeah, so if you guys want to see more of these type of interactions, I know we did one last week too. And we're going to do one this week. And if you guys want to see more, just let me know in the comments, leave a like on the video, and we'll be kicking it. But I appreciate all the love and support that you guys have been showing on all the videos, whether it's sim, bikes, iRacing, everything. So appreciate you guys for real. Thank you guys very much. Shout out to the boy Gas, and we will be back here tomorrow with a brand new video. So much love, guys. We're out. Peace.